start rally with individual prayer.
Somebody was before you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome the members of the press for a press conference following our talk about rally that we initially expected to be 50,000, and it surpassed that figure as pundits and political commentators indicated. It is the biggest political gathering ever in the history of the Gambia. So we want to welcome you following that. Our party leader wants to talk to the media, principally to commend all those who are participating and support its success, as well as to highlight some key issues in that regard, and also some of the opinions raised by so-called opinionated online users on social media with regards to the rally. We want to call on the party leader, Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, to make a brief statement, of which will be followed by Mobilizer General and myself. Then we will invite the members of the media for general question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me first of all seize this opportunity on behalf of the National Executive Committee to thank you, the media, all the media houses, those who attended and those who are not here, to thank you for answering to our call and reading through the various newspapers and listening to some FM radio stations. I think you're doing a good job to inform the general public on the state of affairs in this country. And as the person said, I'm going to make some few remarks, and then I will let the national mobilizer, who was the chairman of the organizing committee for this rally, to also make some remarks, followed by a spokesperson. I want to seize this opportunity to thank the National Executive Committee of our party, and of course the organizing committee of the rally held on 28 October 2017. We are delighted and we are made proud by Gambians. We further seize this opportunity to thank all APRC militants, sympathizers and well-wishers, and even those who might have been there to listen, for answering to our call. These include all our regional chairmen, constituency chairmen, ward chairmen, sub-ward chairmen, village chairmen, and their executive committees. Our Yai companies, our youth, our women groups, all APRC cadres, both here and abroad. APRC branches in the diaspora. We have them in the USA, in UK, and Europe in general, And we have some of our esteemed supporters also in Finland. And some who don't belong to these chapters, but they are APRC, and they have contributed immensely to our success in California, USA, and other places. It should interest you to know that this rally of the 28th of March was funded by APRC militants both here, October rather, 28th of October, was funded by APRC militants from within and outside the Gambia. We can proudly say we have received over 100,000 from the diaspora, and over 100,000 donations in cash from APRC militants and supporters. We are no funds. At the time we are talking about this rally, no funds are available. As soon as our accounts were fulfilled. People came in large numbers across the country, some in kind, bags of rice, oil, onions, sugar, etc. In fact, you can look over there, we still have remnants. And everybody was fed. Anybody who came here, there was enough food until there was some to spare. So honestly, we must thank all those who contributed in one way or the other towards the success of this rally. That's fundamental. Two, we also have to diagnose the rally. If you recall, since the coalition government came into place, that was around January, 9 months today, the GRTS and its radio stations, and of course some other media houses, the theme of all their stories was about APRC and President Jammeh. I have not been opportune to listen to one comment that is positive about the APRC or Yahya Jammeh. 9 months after Gambians have listened to all these negative remarks against our party and our leader, we called Gambians. We are talking about a 50,000-man rally. Most political pundits, analysts, sincere people believe it was a rally of over 100,000 people. Despite all those smears, all those things they have said, we are grateful. We are grateful to that. So at the end, before the rally, if you listen to people, don't worry, they are just talking about it. Nobody will go. They will not have even 1,000 people. But unfortunately, our doubting Thomases were dumbfounded with what they have seen, to an extent that a lot of allegations were made. The people are from Casamas. We have caught vehicles from Yahya Jammeh's, this thing that were stolen. We should not be given permits, etc., 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 we have said. And the beauty of it all is with that large crowd, not one person was reported to me to have caused a crime or people quarrel. That's the beauty of the whole show. In God we trust. Equally, I want to make it abundantly clear. I have listened very attentively to some WhatsApp comments made by senior officials of the coalition government. One particular one that touched me was they were threatening NAWEC management and staff that they were sabotaging the coalition government because they provided uninterrupted electricity to us no electricity never went off when we were on our rally. And yet still, compounds and other places in the Gambia, we are having this interrupted electric supply. Alleging that either the management or some of the workers are sabotaging the government to an extent that they're threatening to look into it and to find culprits. We want to make it abundantly clear that if they want to find fault with NAWEC, let them not use APRC. We have not used 1 volt of electricity from NAWEC. We had a 30 kVA generator and 2 brand new standby generators at the site. We never even bothered to look for connection. The greatest disservice to leaders are those who misinform their leaders just to keep popularity and trust. This we condemn very seriously. In fact, we had the right to connect to NAWEC. Nobody should deny us from connecting to NAWEC. But these are the things we anticipated, and therefore we refuse even to contact NAWEC for any connection. So if you want to witch hunt staff in NAWEC, go there, use another means, not APRC. The person, I will name the person because I listened to the WhatsApp and he mentioned his name, is no other person than Dukulo Sano. Very close to the president. We will expect people like those people, if they love your leader and you want to help him, tell him the truth, as difficult as it is. Let them not use us. In this circumstance, we will do ourselves. That's what we expect from leaders. The truth, nothing but the truth. And we acknowledge that. As we told you earlier, we are a political opposition party with a difference. We will acknowledge in good faith anything good that may come up. In these circumstances, as I said, I will not take long. I want to urge we political leaders to talk to our people so that we are disciplined and non-violent. We as a party, we are a peace-loving party. We are a disciplined party. And it is our collective responsibility to ensure that discipline and stability is maintained. We have had in various WhatsApp groups people threatening that they should put the law into their hands and not listen to the coalition government because otherwise they will all regret. And therefore, where APRC meets, they should go and attack. We want to send a signal. Let nobody take us for granted. Despite the fact that we are disciplined and we want peace. This has been manifested in various areas, and our people listen to us as leaders. If anybody attempts to disrupt our legal gathering, you will pay the price. Undoubtedly. So that's why I am calling on media houses, on political leaders to preach peace and progress and prosperity. All what we cherish for this country and its citizens is peace, progress and prosperity under a system of government that's characterized by democracy, rule of law, transparency and accountability. That is what we are. Yes, people will call me and say, but these were things you never respected before, to an extent. That's an opinion. Yes, we acknowledge that we are not a perfect system. But we have the opportunity to reflect inward, look at our weaknesses, and put in corrective measures to prevent a recurrence. And also consolidate and expand our strengths. I mean, we will be better than any party who, let's take the coalition itself. If what they told the Gambians was a new Gambia, a Gambia to be characterized by discipline, a Gambia to be characterized by rule of law and democracy, etc., etc. When they go foul against the law, you raise your head up and shout, they will tell you, but you are doing it. Then we are better than them in that circumstance.
Sure.
So what I will urge is all of us collectively to take our responsibility. Let's market our programs, our manifestos, what we think we intend to do for Gambians, and let Gambians decide. No amount of threat or any negative thing will make us bow down. We believe in what we believe in and respect others for believing in what they believe in. These are some of the remarks we want to make. I have been hearing. I want to make it clear. APRC has done nothing. All what they did was funded by EU, was funded by this thing. APRC never claimed that we took money from Yaya Jammeh or anywhere to develop the Gambia. It's the taxpayers' money and the loans and agreements that we utilize to develop the country. What we are asking now is at least we can show a lot of things that we have done during the 22 years we have been in power. Unprecedented. Unprecedented. Our question is, for 9-10 months now, what have they got to show Gambians, despite all what they had received from the international community and the taxpayers' money? What? Are they still planning? Are they still planning? And I also urge them to look seriously into the issue of electricity and water. Water cannot be compromised. If you don't have electricity, you can have your candle. But in the absence of water, it's even dangerous to survival. And I will say this, if they claim that the generators were old, they are old generators. Those were the old generators APRC was using and generating enough electricity for Gambians. Yes, there were interruptions, but not as this one. Two, it was our party that also electrified the rural community. There are those old generators. Those are new transmission plants. So what we are saying is, we want to make it clear that we are a legal party, a disciplined party, a party that believes in peace, a party that would walk under the laws of the Gambia. But please, we want to appeal. Don't push us against the wall. These are the few remarks I have. I don't want to say all. But once again, I want to thank you all, especially the various media houses in this country, including GRTS, who refuse to cover our rally, and they don't even come for the press briefings. And we've seen a lot of Gambian media houses, Senegalese, even international media houses. To all of them, we say a big thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, the party leader. Now what we are going to do is we will invite the mobilizer General Njie Yankuba Colley to make a brief statement. Njie Yankuba.
Thank you very much. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, the rest of the National Engineering Committee, all media houses in Kassel. I must equally seize the same opportunity to thank you for your comment and also to put up some points that made us to call up a press conference. We must thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made it possible for us to have 28. 28 is only to show the Gambians that APRC is a power to be reckoned with, a party that the people still love. And looking at what happened on the 28th, the mobilization is centered on our support. We don't bring anybody from customers like how they are seeing, because I know they are fighting. Seeing what had happened on that day, that made them fighting. But if you look at the peoples where they come from, you will definitely know, that there is no people that cross the border. Because in fact, to our notice, they closed the border on that day. 2 days before, or 3-4 days before, the customers' borders were clandestinely closed. So we know about that. We are not worried about it because our support is not for customers. We have our support in this country. We have so many Gambians that are in love with APRC, and the same Gambians came to support. And you looked at again, the majority of the people that are known are from KM here and West Coast region. The rest of the provinces, we just gave them a number to come. I can even tell you the number of people that we officially received from both URR, Sierra, and Northern, together with LRR. The rest of the support came from West Coast region and KM. And the day, I think, whether they like it or not, we'll be coming back, inshallah. We are for the people. That's what we saw to Gambians. President Jammeh, when he took power, less than 2 weeks, he started to do his promises that he made on radio. Then there was no television. He brought in television in this country and made the media houses more, wider than how it was before. And again, like the GRTS, the Honorable said it. He told us, for me, left to me alone, the GRTS, we will in fact excuse them for not in fact, attending APRC rallies. We are happy people. For them, we know very well the leadership of GRTS. We know they will never come to do it. We know about it, but it is our right also to claim, because it's a national thing, it's a national property, for all also to try to invite them onto our occasions. And we continue to do it. But left to me alone, I would have just, forget about them. I'm not saying it out of anger, but I'm saying it out of protest. That they value others than others. It is wrong. We all own that television. And the new government that they are talking about, then honestly they are faulting it. They talk about democracy, they talk about freedom of speech, they talk about, fair share of Gambian cake. Then I see no reason why others are denied. The party leader just talked about Nawek. We know what had happened to Mama Kande, the GDC, when their leader was coming and he intended to put up a rally at the group. We've seen the off and on that day we are receiving. We decided not to touch Nawek. We decided, my team decided not to look for Nawek. We have very good Gambians who came out to help with the generating capacity. We don't even notice whether Nawek was on or not. But everybody knows with the erratic, power supply is happening right now. We will not depend on Nawek. So if they want to see, we know most of them are championing how to put up a vendetta onto other Gambians at their workplaces. We know about that. If they want to do that to NAWEC, let them continue to do it. Let them go and dismiss the whole NAWEC. It's their problem. We know that's one. It's not a surprise on our side. But what we are saying is we have nothing to do with NAWEC. NAWEC don't supply APRC. In fact, if at all we depend on NAWEC, on that day our program will fail.
Yes.
So let them understand that. And again, the APRC, I want to inform the press that we are coming up big again. We are having another program that is on the way. And I equally want to thank the security for giving us permit this time around, even though we applied for about 2-3 months before, and they refused up to 2-3 days before the program, they gave us permit. But I am equally telling them that we are Gambians, we have rights. We are a political party, we have rights. And we'll be expecting that anytime we look for a permit, we are issued, because we are a non-violent party. We don't really believe in violence, and we will not encourage. We will not be part of that, and we will continue to nurture the peace and tranquility of the country. That's what we believe in. We will support where support needs, we'll against where against comes in, we will do. But we are an opposition of a difference, and we'll continue to be like that. I want to thank you once more, but to tell you that prepare more, we'll be inviting you for you to join us in our next trip to yes, they are just bringing me, like the permit we got the last time. You know, I told the people that we applied for about 3 months, but at the latter part of the show, we are informed to go ahead because to go and do our advertisement, and then later be issued with the proper permit, and that was done. That's why I said I must thank them for giving us a permit. But let them still continue to understand that we are a political party, we are Gambians, and we have a right. Any other person that have a right to hold on a political rally in this country, we equally have the same rights. And we will not compromise with our rights as a Gambian. Never will we do that. So I want to thank you once more for coming. And to tell you that APRC is here to stay, and people every day, you know, are around to show their support and solidarity. And for the sponsorship, like the Honorable has just said, you can see there are still remnants of our food from the provinces, the diaspora. We must thank them. I have to thank them as the chairman of the organizing committee. You know, our people that are in the provinces, that are in the diaspora, I have that honor to thank them for their sponsorship. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mobilized General and also Chairman of the Organizing Committee. As indicated, I'm going to make a brief statement, then we will invite the members of the media. I first want to start with where he ended up, that is the support that we had from the diaspora. As the party leader indicated, our accounts have been frozen, all our vehicles seized from us, and there are a lot of tactics and a lot of plots employed by the foreign government to confuse us and also to cripple our party. But despite all those things and the smear campaign that they continue to do, ranging from the so-called Commission of Inquiry, the continuation of bodies, so that they put fear in people and to send a wrong message and signal to the general public to deviate them from the current predicament that Gambians are undergoing in terms of skyrocketing of prices, lack of employment, lack of single project for this country when they come to power, and then also the rising support of the APRC. I want to say that since former President Jammeh proceeded to exile following diplomatic engagement, we had a very successful fundraising at Fabakary that was done on the 12th of May 2017. Then it was followed by our biggest gathering in Canada in history of Canada since Jammeh came to power in 1996 to 2016. The turnout on May 19th to May 21st was a history in Canada, and also from there we have of course had series of meetings and rallies within the localities of KMC and West Coast region, and the service and misinformation and geared towards misleading President Barrow and his team is when Duke Lozano make those statements. I can safely say that even a mad stray dog in the street will never come up with an assertion that those people came from Foni. And in fact, how can a political party, customers, how can a political party procure over 50,000 to 75,000 citizens of foreign country into their country to attend a rally? Even a madman won't comprehend those so-called political analysts. Then if that is the case, to be honest, Gambian should be more worried today than ever before. Because if a party, an opposition party, can hire that magnitude of people from a foreign country into their country for a political rally without the notice of the security, and as indicated, he said there were gele-geles along the border and coming in. If that is the case, then why can they go in and arrest them and in fact impound those vehicles so that they don't allow those vehicles to go back to customers and then show it on televisions and for people, even President Barrow, to go and inspect them. But for us, we are consoled and we are happy. And in fact, as the party leader indicated, we received $50,000 from APRC esteemed supporters in Finland, $100,000 from UK, USA, Belgium and Germany branches, and then we have our Spain, Dhaka, Mauritania, Gambians, CI companies, youths, APRC sympathizers and philanthropists in the country here. It also amounted to over, and also chat groups and others in the diaspora that also locally amounted to over $150,000 to $175,000. Altogether, we received a little over $300,000 cash in hand, and we had we also had pools, ships, bags of rice, drums of oil, onions, potatoes. You can even see a good number of bags of rice and onions here, and we even have one ram here left. So it's an insult also for such an aid to a president to indicate that people miss eating Benetton and those kind of nonsense, and that they were at the rally and they couldn't eat. All of you, even the journalists, anybody who is a sense of responsibility and he is sane would agree that and have confirmed that there are a lot of foods, a lot of bulls were killed and sick, and then even we have plant stock of rice, and if you want, you can come with it. So this is more worrying, because if people who are expected to guide this country, to guide the president, will do, and we are proud of that. The party provided three delegates for our Lower River Region executives, likewise North Bank, and we provided 5 because Central River Region, they have 11 constituencies. So we provided them with 5 gelegeles, and we provided Upper River Region with 4 gelegeles. Of course, there are some other gelegeles than those communities and executives. Why we provided these was to fill in, because each constituency we have 5 members who, because we told you that we formed the party
and we are now going in for more inclusions and participatory democracy, where each constituency is represented to what we call a national coordinating committee, which of course they were selected by their various constituencies, and also we have 5 from each continent within the world. We have the American continent, Europe, and also the Africa, which the party leader endorsed as per the APRC constitution their nomination as members of the National Coordinating Committee, and it was launched. So these 5 plus our executive, that's the reason why we provided those delegates, 5 delegates in Central River Region, 3 Lower River, 3 North Bank, and then 4 for Upper River Region. And we have not provided a single delegate, single transport to West Coast Region, Kanifing Municipal Council, Kanifing Municipality, and Banjul. And we have seen tens of thousands of people who gathered. And to be honest with you, when we indicated earlier on, there's nobody can challenge the popularity and of the APRC. And when you look at events as they unfold, from April to date, we can safely say that, and it has been proved, we have been proven right, that the APRC is the biggest political party in the Gambia. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. And the voice of the Gambian people are the voice of APRC. So therefore, we are the most powerful political party in this country because we command the majority of Gambia. So we wanted to shed light on those issues, even though we want to thank you. As the president indicated, GRTS refused to cover our program. And what they told me, what Ibrahim Jatta told me was that they're running out of cameras. They don't have cameras, that they cannot cover our program. We wrote to the Director General. Personally, I spoke with the Director General, who assured me that he was traveling, but he indicated in his handing over note and that they are going to arrange a limit with them, and he was going to call the deputy. I spoke with Dr. Senghor, I spoke with also the acting deputy chief. I also spoke with another senior manager, but at the end of the day, they refused because we are aware there are a lot of political pressure. Because you can imagine if what the political elite were thinking is that if they're able to show those that crowd on Gambia radio and television services, then they are finished. But I can assure you that they are finished. We want to thank all of you who were there. The radio stations, there were live coverage from Sen FM radio, and all the newspapers, radio stations in the country covered it, and we also the following day Senegalese television, TV, Senegal TV, and other televisions in Senegal. We have RFI, the BBC, and others all broadcasted the program. So I want to thank you sincerely. I think those are the issues that I wanted to make, and now the issue of permit, the issue of vehicles. Of course, we want to thank the Gambia Police Force, even though we applied, because what we wanted to avoid was, as a party, and that is the of party leader and the executive, that whatever we are doing, we want to do it within the ambits of the law. We want to be a political and opposition party with a difference, which the party leader continue to highlight. We will ensure that whatever we are doing, we do it in the law, and we applied about 2 months for the permit, because the experience we had during the Kanila rally, even though the police earlier on with the inter-party promised that a process of permit and also approval will not take more than 5 working days, and that's that's the agreement between the political parties and the Office of the Inspector General of Police. But we applied for us, took almost 2 months before we were given written approval, even though during the process, after 1 month or so, we were told in principle to go ahead, they will. But we want to say that that we should go ahead and they will issue us the permit. And of course, we did it 3 days before the rally. They gave it to us on Tuesday, and then Saturday was the rally. So now we will open the floor, and we are going to leave by the numbers of the video. And question.
Okay.
My name is Njie from the Standard newspaper. You talked about Hussein Dago saying government cannot actually ban the APRC, but he actually make assertions of the fact that they can kill the APRC by themselves. How is to ensure that actually you don't have a single candidate in the upcoming, a single elected candidate in the upcoming local government elections. I just want to know whether there are any signs of killing APRC, possible signs of killing APRC within the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, I think even without my answer, you should be able to answer that. So I know you heard it a lot of times, and you see people's reactions to the APRC. But my number one answer is, last 5 years of parliament, there was no UDP parliamentarian. Despite that, they never died. So even if they go to succeed for us not to have parliamentarians, why should we die then? There were periods when they had nobody in parliament, and they never died. 2, it is almost near impossible. Let people not be deceived by the last parliamentary election, where UDP, for instance, had the majority seats in parliament. I believe what lawyer Usenu said is the truth. Let their MPs go back to the ground and talk to the people and market their programs and policies, rather than staying here making insults or threats. He said otherwise they will lose their seats, and that's the truth. If we don't want to see UDP, all what we need to do is to campaign against them so that nobody joins UDP. They will die a natural death. The same thing he's claiming should be done to APRC, and I think that's true. But not, APRC is not a party that can die out. One, when you reflect, whether you are opposition, UDP, or whatever, you will rule in this country up to 1994. Can you believe that? That no hospital was built by the first 30 years of our independence? No television station during the first 30 years of our independence? No university during the first 30 years of our independence? You can name them. These are achievements done by the APRC. You cannot close your eyes on them. About our rally, you heard the comments. We said 50,000. Some of them were saying, "Alamai mobility." Now we don't want to describe it. People saw it. We saw it. So is that party dying? Despite all this smear campaign for 9 months. If we had done this immediately Yajame left, people will say, yeah, they have not known what Yajame had done. But we waited until 9 months after his departure, 9 months of smear campaign in all forms, banning us, seizing our vehicles, moving us from our office, with all those things happening. Our accounts frozen, even our party accounts, as a political party, still frozen. Despite all that, we are seeing what we saw last Saturday. And let me inform you, we have a beautiful story building office at Njie Yankuba, bigger than the one we were occupying. It is because of these programs that we could not do the arrangements to move there. So we will be moving to that office. A bigger office, a more spacious office, a bigger area, a full compound. We do what depicts the APRC. We don't go below standard.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay, I'm Ramatulai Gay from Gambian Talents Promotion. I just want to ask, after your rally, the artists did not come and cover it. Did you do any follow-up?
We don't need to follow up with GRTS. GRTS will have the courtesy to tell us we cannot attend because of A, B, and C. We invited you. You did not come. We called you. You promised. We did everything until you failed. If you fail, then you call to say, oh, sorry, I could not come because of A, B, and C. But why are we going to follow them to ask them, why didn't you come to our rally? We will not do that. We expect, if I promise to come to you, and I cannot make it, I should call you to tell you, oh, I cannot come, please, excuse me, go about something else until this particular time. But I promise to come to you, you are sitting down waiting for me, and I'm going to do something else, and I expect you to call me again. I said, APRC, we believe in standard. Where they covered us, look, we are covered. Lots of journalists were there. And we read these things in various papers. Some in the internet and all these Facebook, all these things. So a lot of coverage. So we have no problem. We will not follow up. To follow up on that, no. They should apologize and let us know why they did not attend.
Okay, I will come in.
Let me add up to that. You know, they refuse to cover us. The following day, they covered that of UDP. Yes. They refused to come. Then all the cameras were sick. And then the cameras were taken to their hospital. And they were able to get well to cover UDP the following day. That's exactly what that happened. Okay. So I give that challenge to you, the journalists.
Thank you. My name is Alaji Colley from West Coast Radio. In response to your answer to Ramatulai, can we say that this is a response to what the APRC has been doing when you people were in power? Hardly you give chance to opposition parties for their programs to be featured at GRTS?
You see, the irony here, and what is most disturbing for me, is why people ask that question. The coalition came on the ticket that APRC is bad. They don't give press freedom. They don't give a chance to opposition to do this. They are not democratic, no rule of law, etc. That's what they promised Gambians. They said we are bad, and they are better, and they are good, and they will go and change that and make Gambia a better place. Now, that's what happened. We are out. They are there. Now, if you tell them what APRC was doing, that's what you are doing, you come and ask me, but you did that. I mean, you are worse than whatever, naturally. So, and what we have said to people is, even them, notwithstanding all these things, they have their limited, they shot somebody dead, life bullet. Have you heard anybody talk about it? No. They arrested our people here after fracas. Two people fought. Take all of them to ascertain the truth. You scout for even APRC militias, you scout for them who are not even present. A lot of those things have happened, my brother. And that's where those were their outcries. We were refused this thing here. We were even refused permit to celebrate our day. Have you seen us on the street?
No.
They will have been in the street. So what we are saying is, we as a party in the last 22 years, we made mistakes. And in their first 2 days, they started making mistakes. That's natural. But you improve, knowingly, you improve on it. That's why I said, we as APRC, we have resolved that our weaknesses and limitations of the past 22 years, measures have been put in place to correct those things. And that's the beauty of being a human being. Even Allah, we trouble Allah, you pray and do this and you go and do something bad, and you thank God for you. But they are now there. Their promise to Gambians is a new Gambia. A new Gambia, no democracy, you refuse people permit, you refuse people demonstration, you refuse people these things, and that's where their cries. So APRC and them, who is better? So that question
can we say that is a confession from APRC that you accept that you made mistakes, when you people were in power by not giving the oppositions, the opportunity to access the national television? Can we say that is a confess from you now that we are in the concept of the new Gambia?
You call it a confession. It's not more of a confession. But let me say this. There is no concept.
Can you accept to the fact that there was a weakness on the side of the APRC?
Okay. What I'm saying is, we have accepted before your question that APRC as a political party, we made errors. Clear. I said this a million times. As you have made errors in your life, and you will continue to make those errors. That's part of human survival. The non-human action of it is not to accept, to correct those things, knowing them, not to correct them. It's what is bad. But we'll continue to make errors. So what we are saying is, yes, we have made errors, and that we have resolved to put measures for those things not to be repeated. People have not asked, you have made achievements. I've not ever heard that question. All is error upon error from journalists or all others. No person have I heard say, oh, APRC has done good too. And I will tell you, most Gambians, except a few disgruntled people, accept and believe in the APRC and appreciated the achievements of the APRC despite our shortcomings.
Yes. Voice. Oh, yeah, Omar.
A follow to that question. Actually, many political pundits are of the view that APRC should come out publicly and disassociate themselves with the former president, which actually you are not willing to do, and you maintain that you are going to keep him as your former leader, and you will not forget him. The question is, you said you have made errors, which are actually allegations for now, because there is a commission that is going on, there is a TRRC that is set up. But we are saying if these things are proven to be true, like to be true by a court of law, it's the APRC executive who are in town planning to come out and say, we are sorry to the Gambians that we have faulted.
You see, when you talk about political pundits, say those who don't want to see APRC, they are not being dictated by their conscience. To be honest with you. Because whoever they are, assess them individually, each of them, you will find them wanting in many areas as human beings. Human beings. Now you're saying, we as APRC should disown President Jammeh, ex-President Jammeh. That's what people say. Expel him from the party. Or whatever, disown him. Why? Because of some of the allegations that are being said. Fine. Fine. We as a party, you know why we are proud? We will die to associate ourselves with President Jammeh. Okay. Honestly. Because, not for anything, he has transformed this country. He has transformed this country under miraculous circumstances, under very difficult circumstances, when we were disowned by the West, and brought in unprecedented socio-economic development to every doorstep in this country. Every doorstep. I don't mince my words. So he has done that. Now, some of the allegations, you say, I knocked him. Why did I knock him? Find out that also. Nobody is interested. But what we are saying is, we, before even the commission makes a judgment or whatever they want to do, for instance, we know as a party and as human beings, it is important for us to reflect inwardly and see our own weaknesses. We have had weaknesses. As any other political party or individual on the globe, anybody. In fact, if you go to bed, please, before you sleep, reflect what you have done during the day. Make comparisons between your good and the bad, so that tomorrow, the following morning, you will be able to correct some of those errors and improve on the good you are doing. That's the human being. But to believe that, oh, I have done everything right and go to bed, you are fooling yourself. So why do people claim that we should disown President Jammeh? Why? Why? Because of the allegations? Why should we do that? So what we are saying is, with President Jammeh, with APRC now, with all what we have been telling people from the time of President Jammeh's departure to now, and following all the allegations against him, Gambians have shown their true color. So the few disgruntled elements who will never, even if we dance in the water, they will tell us you are killing us with dust. We will never listen to those people. We are not interested in them.
Very true.
We are more concerned with the average Gambian who we believe definitely cherish the achievements of the APRC. And we are telling them, we are informing them that with all those positive impact on their life, we made errors that we have resolved to correct when we come back to power.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can you confirm the name of those government officials that you say that threaten Nugget of supplying your political rally, your political party of supplying you people electricity on the rally bit?
Yeah, I've said it. You know, I listened to a WhatsApp chat. I've heard a lot of them. You know, if it is coming from ordinary coalition members, you just send signals. But if it is coming from a senior official of the government, threatening an institution, making them believe that they are sabotaging the system and punishing them, which we believe is incorrect. They are innocent. They have never given electricity. It's important to be clear. He is Duklo Sano. He is with President Adama Barrow, an aide to the president. If you can make those claims and say that they are going to look at NAWEC, if they want to find out NAWEC, let them not use APRC. That's why we want to make it clear that not 1 volt have we used from NAWEC. We are not even connected to NAWEC. So if they want to go and investigate and do some other thing, let them do that, but let them leave us out. And I want to also add this. You see, we are Gambians. You see, Gambia is governed by law, not by the whims and aspirations of people. We are governed by law. And you know, a human being, you reach a stage where if somebody wants to take your dignity from you, it means life and death. So what we are saying is, no amount of threat will make us bow down. We will obey the law. We want peace. We are in opposition with a difference. We are even mapping out ways of helping Gambians, even as an opposition party. Because all parties should aspire to help Gambians. That's what Gambians need. Talking about Fabakary Tombong is that and that and that will not feed the hungry man's stomach. With all of what has been said from day one to now, has it made electricity better for Gambians? So let them concentrate on issues that will impact on the life of Gambians. Yes, as a government, they can probe and continue to probe, but that's not prevent them from providing services every day APRC. Huh? My friend?
In fact, Dokulo in his threat to NAWEC and his analyst, because he indicated that APRC don't have supporters, and at the same time he stated that what happened on that day, the community of Talinding and Latikunda should not have electricity that day. But then I don't know whether the NAWEC management or those in the lower cadre are sympathizers and supporters of the APRC, and they decided to give these communities 24-hour electricity supply. He said when President Barrow goes to communities for Friday prayers or for other engagement, and NAWEC will cut off electricity. So for him saying that we don't have supporters, at the same time saying NAWEC officials and lower cadre, rank and files are APRC, and he is threatening them. In fact, it's very serious. So, you know, these are the issues that the party leader was highlighting. We have not used a single call. We have not connected on NAWEC. You know, as you indicated, the rise, the money, and the generators. Before you go for that, the party leader.
Yes, I just say, you know what he said? He said 78% of the people at that rally are from Kasama. If you estimate that we have 100,000 people, 78% means 78,000 people from Kasama. Is that not misinformation? Let's be honest. To imply, you make the leader believe that, oh no, those people are Kasamaswa, they are not Gambians, so let's not worry. You are loyal to your leader.
The other thing that I want to add up there is, let them not use, you know, this electricity about APRC's rally. For not only masses, you know, they are trying to use it in order to divert the focus of Gambians on the exact thing that is happening. Let them solve the Nawek problem. Nawek problem should be solved. During our era, we don't have this type of problems. As government, we don't have it. And it's the same generators that are there.
Okay. I want to come in, Honorable Fabakary. You say that the APRC has no plans to disassociate themselves with former President Yahya Jammeh. And looking at most of these political parties, they all have leaders. My question is, when will the APRC select their leader or somebody who will lead the APRC in as long as Yahya Jammeh is not in the country? Because you are an interim leader of the APRC.
Yeah, you know, APRC is a democratic institution. I've told people we are one of the most structured and organized parties in the Gambia. Most structured and organized parties in this country. Anybody who will tell it. No, we have a constitution that provides for a Congress, a national Congress, for selection of leaders. Now, the party leader went away. We were left in a vacuum. Following consultations, we have to come out with a structural thing that will put the party on its correct footing. It's an emergency situation, a crisis situation. Some of our own party executives have gone. You know that. Some of our committee members at the various levels, division, constituency, we are gone. So the party needs to be restructured. But what we do is, when we are on our footing and we have restructured the party, we will now call on a Congress that will determine the way forward for the party. It's the highest body of the party, the National Congress. So as I said, we are an organized thing. Our people determine what we do. In fact, he told you here, we have restructured to a level where we have the National Coordinating Committee coming from every constituency in the Gambia to ensure that it is participatory and all-inclusive. So we have begun reflecting on our weaknesses. The former National Coordinating Committee was not representative of the constituencies for this thing. But now we are correcting those things. That's the beauty of being in power and out, as opposed to people who have never experienced it. Just a blind man trying to find the route. That's different. So, and we are not very much concerned with acting temporal or distinct. We are just after leadership. So when the time comes for us to Congress, we will go to Congress and the various structures as per the Constitution will start.
Let me come here. We have a party leader, and he is our party leader.
He is an interim party leader.
He is not interim.
I'm asking about when will the APRC select somebody who will lead the APRC? That's my question.
Let me come to that. You see, he talked about Congress. He talked about what we intend doing. As of now, we have a party leader, and we are moving with him to Congress. At Congress, we'll come up. APRC is a new look, and we will show the whole Gambia how APRC is going to work when we come to us. But we are very democratic, like he said. Okay? So that's how we are right now.
And I'm not yet done, Honorable Sidy Njie. I'm still making a follow-up to Fabakary Tombong. You've also mentioned that anybody who disrupt the gathering of APRC will live to regret it. What is your response to some of your party militants who were coming to attend your gathering that you held at the buffer zone, those who were harassed on the way? What was your response to that? What kind of decision did the APRC take towards that?
See, I was just yesterday I was talking to one of them, who was a former councillor of Kansala Ward, living in Dobong. They all live in Dobong. And when I asked her, I almost said yes. She said, Honorable, leave everything to God. We are going for dressing. We are coming back. They want problem. Allah will leave them. Don't bother about it. Because I was trying to find out about their medical papers and all this. He said, no, leave it to God. Leave it to God. And I said to them, you know, we coming to Dobong to come and see you, and then pay condolences at some other family members, APRC militants who passed away. But that is what it is. What I thought you would ask was, why were there no reactions to those, to people who are coming onto their rally? You see, if the opposition is going, look on the streets, you will not see APRC militants outside. Never. Much more to go and try to harass them. And I would say this, we are bigger, we are the biggest party, honestly speaking.
Oh, yes.
Don't underrate that. Just that we are disciplined, we don't want violence. And that we thank God as leaders that our people listen. I remember when we were denied a permit, I was on the threshold that the militants said they were coming out. When I met my executive and we gave word, not one person went against it. That's how disciplined we are. That's why we are proud, and that's why we are willing to sacrifice our lives for them.
Not because we are afraid.
Because if somebody gives you your due, and you are a leader, you should be the symbol. You should be their symbol, their everything. That's what we are. So that's the comment we had from this lady. We are listening because we will go there. We will try to get the medical papers, but we have had no comments. What the comments I had was some UDP or coalition people were saying that our people were coming and they attacked people. A convoy of over 100 cars, the two people who stand on the street, they descend. I gave an example. You know the village before Pirang, coming down
Bonto.
here.
Bonto.
No, just before. It was Sodokoi. Sodokoi is before Frababanda. After Frababanda, before Pirang. Kobong. You know the UDP, when they were coming from Toh, they found two young girls, APRC T-shirts, on the street. They mocked at them and shouted at them. Those people also shouted at them. They stopped with their caravan. The ladies ran to the compound. They followed them, broke down doors, and wounded some of them. Imagine, just that. Couldn't we have done that? They will have descended on them. But you know, before they came, we told them, please never be provoked. Our mission is to go for a rally, the disgruntled people, the people who are dumbfounded, the people who think they are what they are when they are not what they are. Time will decide that.
Okay, I still want to call in Sidy. I'm sorry, I'm not done with my question. Yes, I'm just left with 2 more questions.
Okay, maybe you ask them.
Yeah, okay, 2, that's okay. Honorable, I also want to ask this question. The last presidential election 2016, a new political party emerged, that is the GDC, which has contributed in crippling APRC. But of recent, we can see that the APRC has a relationship with GDC. In most of your meetings, you know, you send congratulations message to them, which Mama Kande also in return did when he came from a tour in Europe. I want you to clarify this speculation. Do APRC has any plans to form a coalition with the GDC? And my last question is about the generators that you are talking about. You said, Yankuba said that yes, we have all generators, but we were generating power. I also want you to clarify this. Does that mean that when the APRC were in power, they have never brought a generator to the Gambian people, or they have been using the old generators that are still in use?
Yeah, thank you very much. The issue of, I said, my belief is, our belief is, all political parties in the Gambia are brothers and sisters. We all have different outlooks to the way forward for the Gambia. Just like we are going to Serekunda. You believe that going through Bundo is the faster route. I believe going by the main road is the faster route. The destination is where? Serekunda. So we have no antagonism against any political party. Doesn't matter. Even the UDP, we have no antagonism. We are not trying to antagonize any political party. We believe that every political party has that right. For Mama Kande, when we were confronted, when I was called to the police, Mama was in UK. And he was in Europe, Germany. He called, immediately I left, he called to express solidarity with me. He called 3 times within 2 days, all the way from Europe. And then his executive paid a courtesy call on us in solidarity with us. The entire executive of GDC. From there, the same day, their youth wing also came. It's only human. As we thank them, we are very appreciative of them. If it was done by the UDP, we are going to express the same sentiment. If it were done by any other political party, we are going to express the same sentiment. Whether we have any special partnership, yes, we have a special partner because we are the only 2 opposition parties. We are the only 2 opposition parties, so there is need for us to consult and do other things. But I said it here at where? Was it at a press conference? I said we have not gone into any form of partnership or coalition or whatever you call it with any political party yet. Is that clear? The other aspect is about the generators. I don't think any Gambian would have asked about whether we have ever bought generators. Because the generating plant in Esau is a new one. It has never been used before. The one in Brikama, the one in Prafenye, the one in Basse, they are all new generating plants. That notwithstanding, how many Gambians who are lived at least above 22 years have not seen generators being moved from one area here to the other from the ports? So, and the 3, at the time of, at the dawn of the revolution, 1994, the generating capacity of the Gambia was very small. We have moved it over 20-fold. Where are you going to get those things? Because the generating plant was in Banjul. You remember, in 1975-76, it got broken down. It exploded. From that time to 1994, there was acute electricity shortage in the Gambia. You are not even thinking about expansion. And remember, there was rapid growth from 1994 within the combo, within the greater Banjul area. There was more demand of electricity. Before electricity was Banjul and some parts of Serekunda. You know that. But now you go into all these places, we made the roads, provided water, and therefore people inhabit every place. There is no more bush in the western region, in the Combo area. No bush. Every place is occupied. Because there are roads and water. And value for money is there. The people, their land, if you give it to somebody, they will say, I'm not going to stay in this bush. Now they score for 25 by 25, they can get $200,000 or $300,000. All those things are because of APRC. You must accept that. Nobody can deny that. You cannot deny it. So your question is, we are answering to the coalition is saying that they inherited all generators, that's why. So we are saying, but it was those old generators that APRC was using before Yahya Jammeh left, and there were we don't have this type of interruptions. Why now? I even had a UDP woman saying, Baro, Altonya for Moli, APRC generator control me al Kafote, whatever they will know Yadi Mol, Altonya for Yafomoli. And it should be. If you don't, so you see, we are responding to them. We know, and every Gambian knows, even they themselves know, what we have done about electricity. Rural electrification, not by solar, but by generating plants, new generating plants. Gambia, my friend, remember we are not the first in government. We have 30 years of the first government, first republic. Oh, yes. So some of your questions, I wish you go to ask them. And 2, I think you are asking for those who may not know, that's newborn. Because you know more than I do. But as a journalist, you want others also to know because they may be asking it. But we know that every Gambian, even if you are born today, you get up, they will tell you, hey, because even those in the grave will have told them, This is what we do.
There are 2 new generators
One of you,
down there, right?
two
more new generators.
Probably
there.
it might be
I
don't
know.
know.
But they are trying. In fact,
They are fixing those ones.
Those 2 generators are from who bought them? It's President Jammeh.
President Jammeh, of
It's
course.
the APRC government. The new 2 generators that they are preparing to be proud of is bought by the former regime.
This guy texted me and he said you have talked about little about security, even during the political
Little about?
the condition of security in the country, which the guy said is the security of the country is very fragile. But you have not put up any challenge to government about the issues of security. And he said the road towards, he said Buyam, the economic forces, they put up some barriers on the road which are actually causing accidents of recent. And he's saying, what is your response to the issues of security right now and the issues of those, stations at Buyam?
You see, these security lapses, those roadblocks, they are minor. Economic is untouchable by the current government. They shot somebody, a young man, to death without doing anything.
Oh, yes.
What have you heard of that? What is worse than taking life? So if you talk about roadblocks, nothing is done about it, there are much more roadblocks. But we are concerned about security. And I've said this in my press conference. Because I said, I traveled around the country during the parliamentary elections. And an old man in Same wept in my presence until I shed tears. That since President Jammeh left, security has been there a nightmare. Their herds of cattle and goat and sheep are being taken away into the Senegal. Their shops are being broken. We talked on an old man of about 70-something years. He talked until he cried because they were told that APRC was banned. It's illegal to belong to APRC. And when we came, we are saying APRC. He cannot stand it. So we all know that security is a challenge. And true. You see, we as a party, we believe in the protection of our sovereignty and independence. When we partner or when we engage bilaterals, it must be equal respect. And you recognizing the independence and sovereignty of the Gambia, despite your size or your wealth. That's the fundamental pillar of the Gambia. That's the fundamental pillar of the APRC. In fact, that was one reason why we had a lot of problems with the West. We don't compromise that. But currently, I am so, you see, security is the bedrock for development. In the absence of effective security, which we all yearn for, we are in problem. But you see, crimes, no respect for law now. From the simplest thing of drivers, everything, people snacking people's things, people knocking down people, people killing people, people attacking people, robberies. It is almost a nightmare. That has been said and said. Look, remember, some weeks ago in this place, in Esau, in Panjang, you hear these things. These are unknown in the Gambia.
Obviously.
Because you pay for the price. And you see, for us, security should be given their rightful place. Our security should not be in the hands of any foreign party. That's what we believe in. We know what is happening. And unfortunately, these are the things happening. But we are not in government, we can only talk about it. With the belief that government will listen and also try to put in corrective measures. This is it. But security is every Gambian concern. Everything is a concern in the Gambia. Security, price escalation, our waters. You go to Njie, you get dismayed, you get frustrated. Anything you talk about, education, anything you talk about, medicine, hospitals, anything you talk about, there are problems. There are problems. So what is the problem? We expect government to move from one government smoothly to another one. So this is why we are talking to Gambians. This is why Gambians also are showing us that what we have seen so far, we have not seen any party except the APRC as the savior of this country.
I am afraid this is going to be... Yes, I saw you raise your hand.
But involved.
Thank you. We want to put it in
No, now we are going to draw the curtain here. We can allow him after this. We want to thank the members of the press and the members of our APRC group chat for coming, and thank you very much. Now we can go to informal. You want to ask something?
mbokk yi jërë ngeen jëf gannaaw bi nga xamante ne press conference baa ngi doon am fii si kër Fabakary Tombong wax na ba pare Sidy Njie wax na ñoom ñaar wax nañ Yankuba Colley tamit wax nañ jàkkaarloo seen kàddu dégg ngeen li wax jërë ngeen jëf lii lañ leen ameloon fii si Fabakary Tombong jërë ngeen jëf